Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be starting a new series that was voted on over on Patreon, and this is Band of Brothers.
So going into this, I know this is a war series, so it's probably going to be some heavy topics, probably maybe going to get emotional. We'll see. I've heard a lot of really great things about this series, though.
Yeah, it came out over 20 years ago. I know that Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks were involved. I don't think that Tom Hanks was in it, but I think that he was either helped produce it or make it or come up with the story or something along those lines. I believe it's about World War II, but after that, that's pretty much the extent of what I know about it.
Who would like to volunteer for the Air Force? Who would like to volunteer for Navy or whatever? And then they said, who would like to volunteer for the Airborne? So we said, what the hell is the Airborne? Nobody ever heard of it.
We didn't expect like a kind of documentary style at first. I'm sure it's going to
Go into a story.
Yeah.
You know, you got all your Army equipment and you jump out of airplanes to fight the enemy. They said, go to hell. Nobody put up their hand. The guy giving the speech was saying, but you get paid $50 a month more. So that made it $100.
Oh. It said Michael Cudlitz. That's what was his name? It was Abraham in The Walking Dead. Okay, Ron Livingston. I know that name. That guy. He's in Office Space. And there's Mother Dick.
Where's Deanna?
If you haven't seen Walking Dead and me just saying Mother Dick, that's a weird thing to say. But that was something his character said in the show. Hopefully you've seen it.
I feel like you have to get in the mindset to watch, these kinds
war
of
films and
things.
Yeah, they take a lot out of you. I remember when we watched All Quiet on the Western Front. That was a rough one. How do you say that word? Currahee?
Currahee?
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy.
So I wonder if this whole story is based off of the characters or the people we saw at the beginning of this, and also this, I guess, squadron or whatever you want to call it, the people that jump out of the planes in its entirety or not.
High winds on the drop zone. No jump tonight. The invasion.
They're disappointed.
Not particularly. It so happens I rather expected it.
Well, I can't see how you people can pass up 18.
Nobody can even pay attention to the movie. I feel like it probably took a lot out of you just to work yourself up to getting to that point.
Should have been born earlier, Nix.
What, and give up all this? We'll go to Chicago. I'll take you there.
Yeah. We'll see.
Hopefully he doesn't die now that he said that. Anytime we get a promise of what we're going to be doing later.
Yeah. Okay.
2 years earlier.
So we're going to tell their stories now?
You people are at the position of attention!
This guy from Friends, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dirt in the rear sight aperture. Pass revoked.
Wow.
This guy's a stickler.
When did you sew on these chevrons, Sergeant Lipton?
Yesterday, sir.
Long enough to notice this. Revoked.
He's looking for any little thing.
Name.
Malarkey.
I'm pretty sure that's how it is in the military.
Malarkey slang for bullshit, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You can't have one hair out of place.
I've never actually seen Friends, but wasn't he supposed to be the goofy character in there?
I wouldn't take this rusty piece of shit to war, and I will not take you to war in your condition. Now, thanks to these men and their infractions, every man in the company who had a weekend pass has lost it.
Seemed like you were coming here to tell them that. I don't feel like they were ever going to have their weekend pass.
Don't give them no excuses. Excuses? Why don't you come here, look at these trousers, get down, and you tell me if there's a tree on
Let's go on road. PT formation. Let's move, move, move.
I mean, I'm kind of with him. I felt like he was just coming here to show him some sort of example.
Private White, why are you not in your PT gear?
I asked you a question, Private.
Is he nervous?
Feel like it.
Hey, while you're running, don't worry, we'll take your dames to the movies for you. Yeah, good. They need some female company.
What's the name of this episode?
Currahee.
We Stand Alone.
Ooh.
What company is this? Easy Company! And what do we do? Do not help that man! Do not help that man!
Oh, because they stand alone. Interesting. Isn't it like supposed to be like No Man Left Behind? this is like We Stand Alone.
Oh, Silver!
So is this like their basic training, or are they already?
I think they're
like,
prepping for war.
Easy Company!
They're hardcore. He's toughening them up. I really can't talk today. Toughening them up. Guess you have to be tough to jump out of airplanes.
The CO's order, you will upend your canteen.
Now, Lieutenant.
Pour him.
Like to have no water. I'd show who drank. Oh,
Who is this?
like he drank a lot of water.
Lieutenant Winters!
Yes, sir.
Was this man ordered to not drink from his canteen during the Friday night march?
He was, sir.
Private Christensen, you have disobeyed a direct order. You will fill your canteen and repeat all 12 miles of the
Oh
march
my
immediately.
gosh.
Immediately.
Dang, that's crazy. Like, I mean, to go 12 miles without water, like when you have it right there, you know, it's like.
You're making me look bad, Lieutenant. This is not Dog Company. This is not Fox Company. This is Easy Company. And under my command, this will be the first and finest company in this regiment.
Well, so that's what he wants them to be really, really good.
Their infractions and your disciplinary recommendations on my desk by 0130. Is that clear?
What infractions, sir?
I know. He's gonna make shit up.
Find some.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This guy was coming in here like when he like was first like, you know, finding the little shit, the rusty bayonet and all that shit. He came in here looking for things, trying to make a name for himself. I don't feel like he's trying to toughen them up for the, you know, when they actually have to actually be in the battle. I just think he's a dick.
Like he wants to have the best company that he created.
Stand in the door.
I like practicing.
You just broke both your legs.
It's interesting. I mean, I never seen Friends, but to see him in like a role like this,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I feel like this was probably coming out or came out shortly after Friends, so I feel like it probably was difficult for people to see him in like a more serious role.
He's doing a really good job, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously he did a good job. It's like 20 years ago, but
I feel like for my equivalent, it would be like watching Ted Mosby in this role.
oh yeah.
It's like pig parts. Who's running with him? Oh, his buddies.
Aww.
Band of brothers.
Isn't that Lieutenant Winters leading Easy Company in PT?
Yes, sir.
He's a damn good man. I was planning on giving him a set of these today. Why don't you do it?
Watch him not do it. He's like, I need the credit. No one else.
See, I can't tell.
Pornography, contraband.
Uh-oh. Look at the old school.
Is that Simon Pegg?
Oh, is it?
That looks like him, right? He's like super young.
Which was taken without authorization from my mess facility. And I will not tolerate thievery in my unit.
I feel like it was planted there.
All weekend passes are canceled, officers included. Carry on.
I was gonna say I can't tell if he's doing this because he felt like some sort of jealousy about him, or if it's because.
Well, let's see. Okay.
Okay, we'll see. I can't, or if he really does want them to be like, like you know, he's hard but out of like super tough love. I can't tell. Okay, well maybe it's not what you know.
I am designating you mess officer for 14 days. Report to the mess kitchen at 0515 hours. Company breakfast to be served at 0600.
I don't know if that's
I don't think that's a.
Yeah. I feel like he's just trying to get him out of his way.
I like spaghetti.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, that's a special meal.
But I feel like, you know, he gave him like his little rank, and then I don't know, the fact that he got praise, I feel like he wasn't. Yeah,
I can't fully tell yet. Well, I feel like we'll see, because he could just be like a stickler because he wants this company truly to be the best, or he could be like have like a complex, or kind of a bit of both.
Yeah.
This ain't spaghetti. This is army noodles with ketchup.
You ain't gotta eat it.
come on, gonorrhea. As a fellow Italian, you should know that calling this crap spaghetti.
Gonorrhea.
What has changed? Get up!
Oh, is this the plan?
So, the Easy Company is running up Currahee.
Oh, so he gave him like partial of a meal, a special meal, and then he stopped them in the middle of it.
Hi-yo, Silver! Let's go, let's go!
Oh, they're gonna be throwing up because of all this shit. Okay, this was his plan.
Yeah, to like, you know.
Yeah.
You look tired. There's an ambulance waiting for you at the bottom of the hill. It can all be over right now. No more pain. No more Currahee.
Or do you think he's trying to weed out the ones who are, you know, the ones who really, really are wanting to do? Because he basically keeps saying, like, you know, you can leave. So that's why I'm feeling like it's still, like, basic training, potentially, type. I don't know if they had basic, I mean, you know, whatever the preliminary would be. Because he keeps saying, like, you're not paratroopers yet. Maybe he wants, like, the toughest of the tough.
Yeah.
To, like, actually be the ones who are actually going to go to war, so.
Army paratroopers. Yes, sir. I hope so. This will be the first of 5 exits from a C-47 aircraft scheduled for today.
Remember when I was younger, I always wanted to go skydiving, and now as I've gotten older, I like don't want to go skydiving.
I don't think I could ever do it. Unless I was like forced to. Or I had to, life or death.
Yeah.
Death. Life or death, jump out of a plane. I don't feel like I would willingly jump out of a plane, ever, for fun.
There'll be a lot of men dropping from the sky today. Hopefully, under deployed canopies.
Oh my gosh. Imagine if yours like a malfunction.
I feel like that's like the big scary thing is that like I know
malfunction, there's like a chance.
I know modern day they have like backup chutes, but still it's spooky.
All you have to do is remember what you were taught, and I guarantee you gravity will take care of the rest.
Wow. Like, respect to people who really do this, because that takes a lot of courage to go up and jump out of a plane over and over again. Wow. This is gonna be, like, nervous. I'm just, like, really afraid of heights, so...
I'm gonna be in this regiment for just an extra $50 a month.
I know, wow.
With it in his mouth.
There will be no leaning in my company. Are those dusty jump wings? How do you expect to slay the
Hopefully he doesn't walk in here.
The Huns?
Good evening, Easy Company. Now, parachute infantry is a brand new concept in American military history.
Well, brand new.
North Carolina.
It's still crazy like that was new technology at the time.
A new concept, yeah. That's like when we were watching All Quiet on the Western Front, we were like realizing at that time that like tanks were like a new introduction into
It kind of hasn't really been that long for a lot of that stuff if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Like 100 years isn't really that long in the grand scheme of things.
Like humanity, yeah.
We're in the wrong position.
Oh.
But this is like training still. This is North Carolina.
We should sit tight. Let the enemy team come into our killing zone.
They're right out there somewhere. Let's just get them.
Sir, we have perfect cover here.
Lieutenant, deploy your troops.
I don't know why he's acting a little different now, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like he seems a little unsure of himself right now.
What? Tactical column.
Like he's like ready to play the offensive instead of...
Ooh. Man, you fail.
Captain, you've just been killed, along with 95% of your company.
Ooh, that was...
Your outfit?
Easy Company, 2nd Battalion, 506.
Huh, interesting to see him make a mistake like that when he's such a hard ass.
I'm hearing a lot of rumblings.
Sobel? Just talking about that.
So, it gets a little jumpy in the field.
Okay. See, He was looking that way too, because that was him on the plane that was gonna jump too. Like he was just making faces that were very not confident. So that's his thing. He's good in like the training aspect, but like when you put him in like a stressful situation,
Get them information. We're moving out.
He makes mistakes.
Yes, sir.
Wow, it's something you wouldn't expect from a character like that. But maybe that's like he's overcompensating with his, you know, sticklerness.
He's got no chance. Either the crowd still get him, or one of us.
I finally recognized that guy too that I was talking about earlier. He was like a small bit role in The Walking Dead, like during the Governor arc.
New York City, troop ship, England. We're invading Europe, my friend. Fortress Europa.
So this is all leading up to like where we first saw them.
Some lucky bastards headed for the South Pacific. He's gonna get billeted on some tropical island. Keep a palm tree with 6 naked native girls. Oh yeah, helping him cut up coconuts so he can hand feed them to the flamingos.
Gosh, it's like the grass is always greener, right? But not really.
I'm a Jew. Congratulations. Get your nose out of my face.
Oh shit. Fight on the ship.
They're just like used to it.
He called Sobel a Jew. He took offense because he's a Jew too.
That's so funny. Like the fact that it's just like, oh, that's what happened.
Another day. That's pretty. I've always loved like European villages and stuff like that because we don't have villages like that here.
Sobel's late.
Like you wouldn't expect him to be late.
Why is there a fence here?
You like take him the wrong
no fence
area?
here.
Oh my gosh.
What a like drastic change from when he was at the camp. It's just.
Picani, Luz, get the men. Get them. Take cover behind those trees.
All right, yeah. Let's go. Move it out, fellas. Move out.
Man, it's like a polar opposite.
Yeah, it's like he can like dish it out, but he can't take it.
Really? That's not the point. We're the goddamn hell out.
I feel like he should have just stayed in the States and just trained new people who are coming, because you put him in like a situation where he actually has to make the calls is where he messes up.
Is there a problem, Captain Sobel?
Oh my god.
Who broke silence?
I think it's Major Horton, sir.
Major Horton? What is he? Did he join us?
Oh my gosh. This is like making me feel embarrassed.
I know.
It's the goddamn hold up, Mr. Sobel. Offense.
Gosh.
Say,
Oh, this is so. I know. This is probably more in line with his friend's character.
Yeah.
We have to move. Sir, without Captain Sobel in 1st Platoon? It's a T intersection. We improvise. Double envelopment. Lay down a base of fire to cut the road in all directions.
Oh, so this is what's gonna make him look good?
Yeah. Like, what if he does take over his position and then he, like, resents him or something? I don't know. But I mean, he can't. He's not able to do it. He's
I know.
Messing up a lot.
I feel like that's like the difference of being like a boss and a leader.
Yeah. Where it's like maybe he's just better at training versus this. You know? Oh my god.
He just turns the other way. He's like, not today.
Nope. I'm just going on my way. Oh
my gosh.
I would just pedal my way all the way down the road. Get away from here.
Which way do you go? They're popping out from everywhere.
You've done it now, Yanks. You've captured me.
Oh wait, was he who they were supposed to capture?
No, I guess.
Oh, okay. That was, I guess, the training, and they're all late. So they kind of came in here and like showed him up.
Yeah.
Who was the idiot who cut that man's fence?
Oh, the cows.
And you just let the cows out.
Yes, sir.
Major Horton told you to do that.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Over there.
That's
Oh
embarrassing.
my gosh.
Major Horton is on leave in London.
Okay, now he's gonna get so fucking pissed.
Those cows out of here.
They have to go just round up all the cattle. I need to remember the names. Nixon and Winters.
Misspelled court-martial.
Did he
Is it that is he dyslexic or can he not read well? Is that the problem that he keeps running into? Because it's anytime he's reading a map.
No, but he froze up when he was gonna jump out of the plane too.
But he also misspelled that word then just now, didn't he?
Irregardless, when given a task to perform by a ranking officer, you should have delegated your task of latrine inspection to another officer. You failed to do so.
You failed to read a fucking map.
Or you may initiate a letter of appeal and request a trial by court-martial.
Go with the latter.
You spend your weekends on the base anyway, Dick. Be a man, take the punishment.
No, fuck that.
May I borrow your pen, sir?
Yeah, fight this shit. He's not gonna take the rap for him.
You're the one who cut the fence.
My endorsement, sir. I request trial by court-martial.
He's scared.
Yeah.
He's gonna find out it's gonna fall on him.
Well, Nixon better find a loophole to get him out. And if he don't, Winter scrambles eggs while the rest of us make the big jump with Sobel.
Hopefully it gets revealed and
Yeah.
Winters takes over Sobel's position.
Mm-hmm. Because he just you put him in a horrible position for your mistake.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was trying to pass off the blame to him, be like, "Oh, I took care of the issue here."
I don't care about the consequences. John, we could be lined up against a wall and shot. I'm ready to face that, and every one of us had better be too.
I will not follow that man into combat.
He's gonna get you killed.
Yeah, he makes mistakes a lot.
Let's do it.
And not just minor things.
Yeah.
It's it's pretty significant.
I hereby no longer wish to serve as a non-commissioned officer
Under the command.
in easy company.
Okay. So just like his regiment.
Sir. Turn in your stripes, collect your gear. You are hereby transferred out of my regiment.
Sir.
Wow.
Get out.
I guess that was the risk.
You can consider yourself lucky that we are on the eve of the largest action in the history of warfare, which leaves me no choice but to spare your lives. Now get out of my office and get out of my sight. Get.
So did nothing really
Was this all even the people? Because where was Michael Cutlet's because he was on that table too. That didn't seem like they were all there.
But wait till he finds out about what they did.
I feel like it's for me it's hard to remember all their faces.
Yeah, I feel like after a few episodes we'll get it, but
Mm-hmm. The ones obviously that I remember: Sobel, Nixon, and Winters is this guy. Yeah.
This business of the Winters court-martial has been an unpleasant distraction.
Indeed it has, sir.
Starting to sweat.
Herbert, Division has established a parachute training school at Chilton Foley. The idea
Send 'em there.
is for non-infantry types who are vital to the coming invasion, such as doctors and chaplains, to take jump training there. Frankly, I can't think of anyone more qualified to command such a school than you are.
Okay,
but
yeah.
won't he feel a demotion though?
I mean, who gives a shit? He does not need to be in situations where he needs to make crucial decisions.
I'm reassigning you to Chilton Foley.
Yeah, but he's probably gonna take that as a negative.
You're sweating here in this whole interaction. This is what I said from the beginning. He needed to be in a position where he doesn't need to make these crucial decisions that people's lives are in jeopardy.
Is who will be replacing
Winters.
Lieutenant Meehan from Baker Company.
Oh, no.
Never mind.
I guess he's still dealing with the court-martial thing, so.
Good luck at Chilton Foley, Herbert. Don't let us down now.
I'm glad that this guy was smart enough to kind of see where this was leading to. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say he's such an interesting character.
I like the I don't know if we're gonna see him anymore throughout the show.
I like his character. I mean, obviously he has his flaws, but I like his character.
But I like the flaws. The fact that he was so the polar opposite of when you were just in a training aspect versus when you actually had to make decisions that were people's lives were in jeopardy. But they weren't even actual. That was just practice.
Makes me upset.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna have to see him again.
I don't know. Like, if they're sending him off, this might be...
He's such a cool character, though. I don't want to just see him just go forever.
I kind of feel like, because, you know, where we saw this first was like Nixon and Winters, like having that interaction, like getting ready to make like the actual jump. I feel like it's all the lead up to there, you know? Like, I don't know what their ranks were by the time we get to that point.
You got a Luger? I'm dying to get my hands on a real Luger. Boy, she sure is a doozy. Hey, Tucker in there. What? Hi?
All this lingo he doesn't get.
Betty!
I feel like I would not have understood
Wait,
it
it's
without
unloaded?
the subtitles.
Make sure it's unloaded.
Are you ticked because they like me? Because I'm spending time to get to know my soldiers? I mean, come on.
Okay, so we're going to have a different person here who has a different approach. Interesting.
Boy, damn, here. Abby, condoms?
I don't know.
You gotta love cops.
If you did not sign your GI life insurance policy,
Oh my gosh.
go on over and see Sergeant Evans at the headquarters company 10. You boys don't let your families miss out on $10,000.
Damn.
Garnier's brother in Italy, Henry, killed in Monte Casino.
Aww.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't know. Damn. What do you think I should do?
That's a
me
decision.
I tell him. A couple hours before we jump?
Yeah, that's going to be on his mind, though, when he's like, that's difficult.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I wouldn't want to make that call at all. Because if you tell him, I mean, the right thing to do is tell him, but also, like, that's going to, like,
Or do you
mess
wait
with him.
until after? But, you know. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Channel coast is locked in with rain and fog. No jump tonight. The invasion has been postponed. We're on a 24-hour stand.
Okay, so this is like, okay. So we're caught up to the very beginning of this episode.
What happened? So he was, okay, that makes sense why he was the new.
Mm-hmm.
If you're so interested in serving a cause, why don't you join the army? Next, please.
I'm honestly not even sure which one's brother had died, to be honest. Let me get these names.
Nobody did.
Like somebody else's letter?
Was that the letter that was supposed to...
Bill Garnier's brother.
Yeah, okay. So now this guy knows. I can't even honestly tell if that was his brother or not.
I think it... Was it his brother?
I don't know. I don't know their names. It's like the difficult part for me. That and some of, like, you know, the military lingo.
It'd be a really sad way to find out, though, if that's the way.
Got something you might be looking for. Took your jacket by mistake. Sorry.
Oh.
Where the fuck is Monte Casino?
I don't know. Italy somewhere. Sorry about your brother, Bill.
Okay, so...
Oh my gosh.
Sorry for my
That's
mom.
really sad, and he just read it like that. Wow.
If we're gonna see the jump this episode, or if it's gonna be the next. I'm interested to see what he's gonna be like. Like, now knowing before, because that was like the question, like, do you distract him, tell him beforehand, or let him complete the mission first and then tell him? But although he has, like, you know, the way he, like, approached it with the other guy was like, oh, I'm more worried for my mom, you could tell it's affecting him. It's a cool shot.
Mm-hmm.
That was on their letters that they received for their mission.
Dwight T. Eisenhower.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I think it was very well done.
Yeah.
I also feel like, you know, this episode is kind of like a setup to a lot of, obviously, tragedy that we're probably going to experience throughout the series. I will say, I mentioned it a couple times throughout this episode, the military lingo, it's, you know, I'm still going to try to have to pick that up. But also, I'm pretty bad with names in general. I feel like I don't know a lot of the names of, like, you know, Easy Company. I really picked up Nixon, Winters, and Sobel, which I will say, like, Sobel's character was very intriguing. Obviously, he was a little bit of a dick early on, and I was kind of like, oh, what is he really trying to do? Which I kind of was, like, on to, like, what he was doing. But I really thought that was interesting, the way he portrayed that character, who was so... I don't want to call him necessarily good at his job, but in the training aspect, but when you put him in a situation where there's pressure, he just folded.
Yeah, I hope we see more of his character. I don't know if we're going to or not, or if it was just kind of like the journey, and we're just kind of, it almost kind of puts you into the world more realistically when you see characters that never come back again, kind of like how, they all see it too. But it would be really cool to see his character again, so I hope that we can revisit him at some point.
I feel like we won't. I feel like it's going to be the continuation of the Easy Company, and we're going to see these characters and like what ends up happening to them after this mission that they've been training for 2 years. I really liked how we were kind of just like thrown into it initially, like, okay, here's the mission, and then we kind of backtracked the 2 years, and then we kind of like built up to that point. And like I said, I just feel like, we're going to probably lose a lot of the Easy Company, and I feel like, the biggest question here towards the end, which I don't even know his name, but the guy who lost his brother, that was like the big question that we were wondering, like, what would you do in that situation? Like, do you tell him like your brother's dead and like almost risk his life even more so than when you're already risking your life here, because he's not going to be 100% focused. I mean, how could you be? You just lost your brother. So I feel like we'll see what ends up happening to his character. I don't know. I have a feeling that we probably are going to lose him, though. I don't know. I just feel like he has like this thing on his face, this look that he's just like not really focused on the mission at hand. I feel like the story's really... It's hard to kind of tell who it's like fully following. Obviously, we have a lot of people here. It's an ensemble cast. But I feel like it's Nixon and Winters.
Mm-hmm. We came from the sky. We hit in any direction you went. There would be enemy. You knew it. And that was all part of what you accepted.
How do you prepare yourself? Mentally? Each man must do that himself.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like so hard. Like, I mean, to think about it from like a real person's perspective going into war.
I know.
In the back of your mind, you wonder what's going to happen and all that. You've been trained and trained and trained.
These sound like real people. Like, I can't tell if they're just actors or...
I think that they were. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that like Spielberg and Hanks had like I don't know if the characters are like accurate or they took like the experience and then kind of made a story around the experience. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what this leg bag was that he was talking about, but I wonder if it's going to happen here, because didn't he say it happened when he jumped out?
Yeah. Oh. And planes were a lot more rough back in the day, like compared to what you fly now.
I used to think that like if a plane's like got like hit, there was like an opening that you would just get like sucked out, because I feel like I've seen that in movies.
That too.
But then it also doesn't really make sense for like people who skydive and like a situation like this. So
or is it like in a pressurized cabin, like a commercial plane's like pressurized?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, because I feel like people have gotten sucked out of the window before.
But the thing is, I've only seen that in a movie, so like I don't know if that's like dramatized. It's so dark. It's hard to like see who is who, and it also doesn't help that I don't know everyone just yet. But I'm still looking for like the guy. What's the guy with like who lost his brother? Okay, I think this is when the plane started getting hit, like in the like when those guys were describing it at the beginning.
Oh, maybe it is. Yeah.
Oh, it's like the thing. Okay, I remember when they were doing this in the.
It could be so difficult to focus, but I guess that's all you train.
I mean,
like,
2 years all for this right here.
You like I train so that if you can't, your head's not in it. You like have muscle memory, I guess, to just.
Yeah. At least in like this moment, obviously when you get down like to like the ground, it's just like probably gonna be a free for all. Oh my gosh, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
And they had to go.
Yeah, and it's just like go. It's just so crazy that real people like had to do this and still do have to do this. It's just insane. Gosh.
Oh, they're just gonna have to go. Gosh, if they're gonna have to jump on it's like red, I feel like some of them are probably gonna hit things too, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh. Oh!
Is this our plane or is this like another? That can't be the plane that like of the people we're following, right? No, okay. I mean, maybe. I can't even freaking tell.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. It's crazy because it's like, it's shaking, but like you can see all the chutes and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Stay on the plane. So are these planes, like if they like get through all the fire, are they just gonna like circle back?
No.
I don't know if they stay in the fight. I mean, I don't think that they're fighter planes. I mean, I guess they're fighter planes to an extent, but not like ones that like, you know, are gonna be like shooting and stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh man, you're like, I mean, you could like navigate it, right?
I don't think that's the correct reply, Trooper. I say flash, you say thunder. Yes, sir. Thunder, sir. Who's that back?
Also, the differences in how Winters is, like, you know, here compared to, what was his name? Sobel?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just has so much more composure.
No, yeah. I honestly think like Sobel might have froze on the plane.
Yeah.
Wait, is this one Winters or this one Nixon? I forgot.
Isn't he Winters?
I get those two confused. Like, they're the buddies that were talking at the beginning, or I'm assuming they're buddies, but...
Aren't you D Company? Able, sir. Guess that means one of us is in the wrong drop zone, sir.
Yeah. I mean, it was like
It was
crazy.
kind of like crazy.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say upstairs, but crazy up there.
Yeah, so they just kind of ended up together.
Keep your eyes peeled for buildings, farmhouses, bridges, roads, trees.
I mean, there's a crap ton of trees.
I wonder if the rest of them are as lost as we are.
I was about to say, like, so I wonder if everybody else is, like, just trying to figure out where everybody is. Because they probably all just landed, like, scattered.
Mm-hmm. This feels like, you know, when they were doing, like, their hike in the first episode, like, their practice one, but obviously the stakes are real this time. You don't know who's who.
I know.
Like, that could be the enemy.
Any weapons? No, sir. As soon as I hit that prop blast, so long leg bag. All I got is this knife and some TNT.
Oh, that's that guy. Or at least, you know.
Based on it.
Yeah.
So the leg bag maybe held their weapon?
Hmm.
Oh.
Flashlight.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, it's like a compass, right?
We're about 7 kilometers away from our objective. We're 4 hours away from when we need to have it secured. So, we got a lot of walking ahead of us. You men will stick with us until we find your unit.
And like here, it's like they didn't all train together for this, so they're just kind of having to improvise.
That's just like the crazy thing is like you could practice for 2 years and then it won't even matter.
Yeah. I mean, I get, you know, the practice still does.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just meaning like
Your exact plan.
yeah, it's not gonna go according to plan.
Wait for my command.
How many people it's gonna be? Oh, it's like the whole squad. I said, wait!
Oh my
What
gosh!
the fuck?
Enough, Garnier!
Oh my gosh.
Everyone okay?
This is the guy he landed with, right? The one that was like the radio guy first?
Wait for my command, Sergeant.
I don't think so. I think this was the other one.
Oh, okay. It's so hard to know who everyone
He
is.
was the one radio. Oh, he put the horse out of its misery.
Kraut weapon.
I can't believe he just did that.
His name, dummy. Garnier. Gonorrhea, get it?
So
Maybe
besides having a
he was
shitty name,
radio.
what's his problem?
None of your fucking business, cowboy.
Oh, this is the guy who lost his brother, I think. Right?
Oh, is it?
Is that why he's acting like so fucking pissed right now?
Like
it's
he's,
so fucking hard
taking
to
it out
tell,
on
yeah.
them. It's hard to tell because it's dark and then like in their
The face paint and the helmet, yeah. And
there's
it's only the
also
second episode,
a
so like,
ton of characters.
I mean, they may have very well done the ambush, but like, put everyone else at risk.
Yeah, you have to like all be on the same page.
Somebody already messed this place up.
They shot that cow.
I'm sure it was collateral. Oh man, he got stuck here.
That's sad.
Who is this guy? Someone that we know?
It's the Navy. The landings have started. Let's go. Let's move it out.
Right on time.
Yeah, tell that to him, cowboy.
My name's Hall.
That's so.
Let's move out.
So Hall was the guy that we ran into at the beginning, or he landed
He's
with.
like
was
the new guy.
Yeah.
Challenge sure will be happy to see you guys. Where? At the farm service.
Top of the morning to you fellas. Enjoying the war?
Where are you from, son?
Obviously, they just gone through it.
What are you doing in a Kraut uniform?
Volksdeutsche.
Come again?
My family answered the call. All true Aryans should return to the fatherland. Join up in 41.
What?
So like he's on the other side.
Like sympathizers, I guess.
I guess because his family was originally from here.
I was born in Eugene.
That's wild because they were wearing different
I
uniforms.
didn't even know that
yeah.
was a thing. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, but like to have left America to go fight for the opposite side would be crazy.
Known as cowboy. From Texas. Manhattan.
Doesn't really fit.
That's when I was at Monarch tooling propeller shafts. No kidding. What are the chances of that, huh? You and me, 100 miles from each other.
So are they like POWs? Or?
I think so, yeah.
I gotta run. I'll see you around.
Yeah. See you around.
Because there's like one guy behind him, like with a gun. Are they just gonna kill him all? Yeah. My gosh.
And he was just talking to him like they were like being friendly and.
Hey, you guys know where
It's always so hard to see, like on both sides, because
It's crazy how they did that though. Like he was an American who went to go fight for the other side because his parents wanted him to.
Because it's like even though like they're enemies to each other, they're still like just both soldiers, you know.
Well, I feel like
it's like an All Quiet on the Western
That's what I was gonna
Front.
say. Like, there's a scene at the very end of that that's so
Like-
fucking chilling. It really encapsulates that.
Yeah.
How many crowds do you think we're facing?
No idea.
No idea.
We'll take some TNT.
Now I don't know if he's gonna get himself killed or he's gonna get somebody else killed. You know.
What's your name, trooper?
Lorraine, sir.
You're with me, Lorraine.
Okay, well, no, you're Lorraine for now.
He's just like picking up all these extra people.
Lorraine, on the machine gun. Don't give away your position until you have to. And I want that TNT as soon as you see we've captured the first gun. Go.
I don't know if the guy who lost his brother is gonna mess this up just yet. We'll see. Like, I'm really just anticipating it.
Feeling like somebody's gonna get shot.
Yeah. Like from
Easy
Easy Company, yeah.
Yeah. Was this their main objective, or did they have
I
something
think this
else?
is like their first objective. Yeah, it's just oh fuck. Okay.
Because he had said they had like 4 hours to do their objective.
Yeah, but I think it's like
Right.
almost like a script for them. You know, it's like we have to take out this gun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
George, roll out!
I think. Oh my gosh.
Faster, Joe.
I thought that was gonna
Yeah,
be
I know. It was like
oh my
fucking
God.
really close. It was just like in a little
Right.
crevice.
right, here we go. Okay. Drop your weapon, Pop. Drop. Come on. 1, 2, 3.
How bad is it?
Get down.
Like, it sounds like silly enough.
I know,
like,
but it might be really bad. Maybe it's just,
especially like in the heat of like
right, like your
adrenaline kicking in. Yeah, you don't really know. Oh
my gosh!
Toy! Let's go.
Oh my gosh! So many dies because of this.
It like slipped out of his hand.
Oh my gosh! This guy is
I
fucking
know.
lucky as hell.
You're not meant to die right now.
Yeah.
It's just like making me stressed.
I know.
Like I feel like my adrenaline's high.
Oh my gosh! This dude in this fucking Luger.
Jesus Christ!
What the fuck? You're doing this just for the... It's not even a...
Firing! Beautiful! Shit!
Idiot, why would you go out there just to get a fucking gun?
Malarkey!
He's gonna get fucking killed. Oh my
I'm
god.
surprised how he's not shot.
You are a fucking idiot for that.
Got your friggin' Luger? Why don't you go get it for you, stupid?
Did he even get one?
No, it wasn't even
It
a
wasn't
fucking
even
gun,
it.
yeah.
No, no, sir!
Like, how about you get out of this first, and then you can try and find one, but like... That did not work.
Uh-oh.
What the fuck?
What happened?
It like just blew up the damn thing. Unless that was their intention.
Maybe they're
So
just
they
like,
didn't
oh, I think they
kidnap
were
the
like
gun.
destroying the cannon.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I was thinking that they were trying to use the cannon to
Right.
fire on them, yeah.
How about you, Malarkey? Okay! Think you got enough to take the third gun? We'll soon find out, Dick. Malarkey, let's go! Toy, cover!
That's a weird way to say it. We'll soon find out.
Fire in the hole!
Did he just... Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't tell.
I know, there's just so much going on. It's hard to see who's even on your side. Oh shit, I think he did die. Was this the Hall guy, I think? The new guy?
I can't tell.
I know, it's so freaking difficult when there's so many people.
Looking for battalion headquarters! Are you kidding? It's back that way! We know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what the hell is he doing? Oh, Jesus.
How many men did you lose doing that?
We disabled them and pulled out. I figure there's maybe 40 or so crowds still manning 3 MG-42s to the rear. Hey, Popeye.
It's like I got shot in the butt.
I guess it wasn't that bad after
Yeah.
all. I thought his like whole backside was gonna be like gone or something.
Sure.
Nixon.
Sir. Careful. Don't hurt yourself.
I'm starting to think it's more about Winters than Nixon. I feel like he just pops in every once in a while. Oh my gosh, look at all that blood.
Wow.
Let the Krauts cook their own goddamn food. How we doing, Malark?
We're doing good.
Doing good?
Yeah. The hell do you know about cooking? You're Irish. Sir, if you have a reservation someplace else.
What? Do Irish not cook? What does that mean?
Is that an ammo box that they're cooking
Oh
it in?
my gosh.
Don't that make you our commanding officer, sir? Yeah, it does.
Sir.
Joe, the lieutenant don't drink.
Oh, today he does.
It was a long day, a difficult day.
Don't you think, Garnier?
Garnier?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Garnier is the guy who lost a
Garnier.
brother. I'm gonna try to remember that now.
They call him gonorrhea.
Yeah, that'll be easier.
What's on your mind? I lost a man today. Hall.
Yeah,
It was Hall.
Got killed today at Breakcore. I never knew him. Yeah, you did? Radio op 506 basketball team, Able Company. He's a good man.
Crazy that he just had met him and then, well, I think he did had just meet him, but maybe they knew of each other.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't, working with him directly.
It's like a battle still just going on over
Oh,
here.
that's crazy.
It's weird that they're so close and they're still like chilling.
Yeah.
If somehow I manage to get home again, I promise God and myself that I would find a quiet piece of land someplace and spend the rest of my life in peace.
Wow.
Medals are awarded.
Oh, so they got medals.
Okay, so I'm assuming that they're all real then, all these names
Yeah.
too.
Oh, he
Winters,
got.
yeah.
Wow, because they did take out the guns, which is like
Yeah.
a big deal,
Damn.
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
So we're finding out
That's
more and
pretty
more.
Cool.
It's like a history lesson as well.
So
as
it's like
a-
we got
a
to
show.
see something that was like later taught
Yeah.
and how to.
Textbook.
Yeah.
So it seems like we're kind of zeroing in on Winters as like it's weird to call him like the primary protagonist because like I said, it is very much an ensemble cast, but I feel like it's heavily emphasized with him. And even with Nixon, which I thought, we saw him a lot in the first episode, but it seems like he might just pop in sparingly because of like their friendship here.
Mm-hmm.
I thought some of the most interesting elements about this episode were when that guy at the beginning who talked to the guy who was from America and he said like, oh, my parents had me enlist in like the German military. That was wild. And it really just kind of shows you like the brutality of it all. We kind of made reference to All Quiet on the Western Front where there was kind of that example of like these are soldiers in like a grander war and they're all just taking commands.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I'm assuming people really probably did that in real life.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that concept, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this episode really kind of, last episode did kind of show us the brutality of war, but this episode really kind of like dropped you in it and was like, whoa, we're in it. And like just from the plane to like him at the very end looking out onto the war still going on. It's like one thing to know about it or just to learn about it or whatever, but then to like see it like dramatized is another thing.
Yeah, from like the very first scene, I guess. Well, I guess not the first scene because the first scene we had like, the people who were, I'm assuming, a part of this, an Easy Company, kind of describing what had happened. Even saying like, oh, the leg bag, which I'm assuming was just like the gun bag or it had guns in it as well too. To kind of see all of that kind of take place after the fact was really interesting. Honestly, this is just like, it's really well done. I will say the parts that I am struggling with a little bit are just keeping up with who is who. But I feel like we're starting to pick up a few different people. I learned this episode gonorrhea. I know him for sure. He's the one who lost his brother. I thought he was going to get himself killed, but I really don't necessarily know if that's going to be the case now. It seems like they're kind of warming up to Winters as like their leader now as well too. He had that little camaraderie moment where he actually took a swig of the whiskey. So I feel like hopefully they'll like listen to him as they continue to go forward. He obviously led them through this this mission, and I feel like
Very
that's gonna
successfully,
he's gonna gain credibility with the rest of the guys because I feel like they always kind of just saw him as like one of the guys, but now I feel like he's kind of gaining like that leadership role now with them beyond just the fact that he is going to be leading them at least until they maybe find like the I think it was the captain, right? Because they don't know if he's dead. He just hasn't been found yet, so he could, like they said, Easy Company was spread all throughout Normandy, so it could be a situation where we end up finding him later. That could be an interesting dynamic if he comes back and now he has to kind of take that step down.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.